Yo, what is up guys, it is Prestige Mad Luigi here with another Borderlands pre-sequel video, and today we're going to be looking at some of the Hollow Dome DLC new guns that we got. There are 6 new guns in total, so in this video I'm going to be looking at half of them. I'll make another video looking at the other half, and so it's going to be quick little snippets of what I think of each gun and kind of what each gun is like. So we're going to be looking at the party line, the Boxxy, and the T4s-R, so let's look at the party line first. Party line is a T4 shotgun. These are all gonna be uniques. It is a T4 incendiary shotgun. It fires a good amount of projectiles, 5 for this extra large party line, and it shoots like the contraband sky rocket grenade, as in, so when you shoot it, you'll get a bunch of fireworks that'll go off. It does have a pretty good fire rate for being the shotgun. If you're playing as Nisha or anybody that can get the fire rate up, and to say the shotgun, I don't know, it's all right as a fire shotgun by itself. It doesn't stand up too well in terms of just killing things by itself because so many enemies have shields, so it does take a long time to get the shields off. But if you're going to be using this in tandem with other guns, like other shotguns, such as, I don't know, the Boxxy is a shotgun, then it will do pretty well. It does kill guys fairly fast because it's fire and does have a little bit of that contraband skyrocket explosion damage. There's not actual explosive damage, but you get that little exploding projectiles that do more fire damage. So you get your normal 5 shots or whatever you have for your shotgun. I think it'll usually be around 5 shots. And it's gonna be shooting those guys with the 5 shots and then the little sky band rocket explosions. You don't get 5 explosions. Usually it's like 2 or 3 explosions in my experience. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool shotgun, and it's definitely a good weapon to have in your kit if you're going with some shock weapons. If you don't have any shock weapons, then this is gonna be, I'd say, use a different gun or non-elemental gun to take down the shields of enemies. So next up we have the Boxxy. Now the Boxxy is a T4 SMG, T4 like the previous gun, so it's going to explode when you reload it. You're going to throw it and it's going to explode. I forgot to mention that about the party line. You'll throw it and it'll follow a straight path and it'll kind of roll up a little bit and then voila, explosion. Now the thing that's interesting about the Boxxy is that if you reload it before you shoot all the bullets, so as in you reload it to do some of the damage like many T4 SMGs are used to do, then it has a chance of exploding in your face. Yeah, you can see there's a little note that says unstable reloads, so it can blow up in your face if you try and reload it, and that will hurt you, and since you probably have shields on, it'll take a good chunk of your shields. And that's what makes this gun kind of odd. Now, one benefit to kind of counteract this is that its bullets always bounce off whatever they hit. So if they hit the ground, they'll bounce off and they have a chance of going hitting an enemy. This is a pretty amazing skill if you have it paired with the Nisha's skill to have projectiles that don't hit enemies to bounce off and have a chance of hitting enemies. Also, there's a new legendary class mod, and for Nisha it gives plus to that skill, so you'd have even more projectiles bouncing off. I haven't tested this with that, but that would be a really good way to do it. So yeah, this is a shock, it's a simple shock SMG, and I think has a pretty good fire rate, so I think it is a pretty good weapon to use. And so let's get into some gameplay, and you guys. So we're gonna see the Boxxy in action, and you can see it just rebounding everywhere, all the bullets flying everywhere. I generally do not use T4 SMGs or T4 guns that often, so I don't have an inherent want to just reload it every time I shoot a bullet so that I can get all the damage in the gun. If you didn't know, T4, because they reload when you because they throw out like a grenade when you reload them, and when you reload them you lose all the ammo that was in that clip. All the unused ammo is used in damage in the gun. So say I shoot 1 bullet, so I have 33 shots, I shoot 1 bullet and then I reload, and the T4 SMG, the Boxxy, hits another enemy. That's gonna have the little small explosion of electricity damage plus all of the 32 shots that I did not use, because I lose those 32 shots. I don't keep them like for other manufacturers of guns. So you can see that for Nisha, I do have the Unchained skill, so I am getting a pretty nice fire rate bonus, and this thing does pretty good work once you get up there in the fire rates. And you can see I'm downing myself. I just downed myself with a reload. So you can see the positive and the negative aspects from this gun all in one. You can shoot really, really fast, but you can also down yourself. And the shooting really, really fast, it kills enemies really fast. Shock is, I'd say, the best element, because it can take out shields and it does a lot of damage to normal flesh. So unlike fire with the party line, which will inhibit you, this one will not inhibit you, because the party line can't cut through shields. This can cut through shields, and it can cut through flesh. So I think it's definitely an interesting gun. I would want to use it with my Nisha builds to see if it can work well with that. Then it can definitely be a very powerful gun. However, right now I'm on the fence, since it does burn through SMG ammo like it's nothing. But that comes at the price of shooting really, really fast. And lastly, we have the T4s-R, or the Taser. Now, a lot of people thought this was going to be a shock weapon. However, it's a cryo weapon, which I'd say does fulfill its name pretty well. So you can see the red text. I haven't been reading the red text. The Boxxy was something around the lines of, it's totally a fire extinguisher. The party line was something like excellent. I think it was excellent. And the T4s-R is, actually, I can't really read that on my screen, but I think it's, I politely request you do not T4s-R me, comma, good sir. Now, this is kind of in reference to, I think it was a meme, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but it was or a phrase that people used, don't tase me, bro, but is obviously stated a little more cordially in this environment. So the Taser consumes 2 ammo per shot. It has a pretty good crit chance. This is a 24%, almost 1 in 4 shots will crit. And it's Hyperion, so the first shot is going to be pretty crazy, but then you get increased accuracy and it's pretty well. Now, one thing I want to mention for Nisha, a lot of times when I'm in my action skill and I use this weapon, every single shot has the Hyperion backlash. So just a forewarning, it is pretty nausea-inducing. However, because you do have auto-aim, it does not affect your aim. So that's good. I actually do really like this weapon. I think it's a great weapon. It just mows through enemies. And I have level 46, since I got this from the first Hollow Dome run that I did. And it still wrecks enemies much higher than it's. Here you can see in action, just mowing down enemies and me getting a bunch of crazy kickback from basically every single shot in the mag. This is going to be the last gameplay shot, and it is, you can see it just does mow down. It is the fastest mowing down of enemies of the 3 guns that I've seen today, and of the guns that I've used of the new 6 weapons. It is the fastest killing one. Now, granted, it makes the Boxxy look like it is savvy with ammo usage. This, like, you can have 700 shots of pistol ammo, and, well, I guess for one, I am Nisha, so I do have increased fire rate, and I'm using 2 of them, and the thing does have really good fire rate by itself. The tasers, I mow through these 700 shots. I start the battle with 700 shots, and I go through it just crazy fast. And if I was just holding this on full auto the entire time, I'd go through it much faster. So one thing I must say about this gun is that if you want to conserve ammo, you're gonna have to shoot and then switch to another gun to kill when they're cryoed. However, one thing, another plus I will say is that everything gets frozen. Since you're consuming 2 ammo per shot and you have a 1 in 4 chance to freeze, especially if you're Nisha with 2 pistols, you're like, the chance to freeze every second is probably at least 5, at least like 500% every second. So yeah, that's gonna be about it. You can see I'm already out of ammo for that. So that's going to be about it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I was going to make this a fairly quick look, but I guess I droned on a little bit longer than I planned to, but whatever. So I just hope you guys have enjoyed this. Make sure you check out my channel for more content along Borderlands pre-sequel and whatever other stuff that I happen to be doing. I am going to hopefully make a follow-up video to this once I get all 6 weapons, and I'm going to display all 6 weapons in their magnets, well, not all 6, but the rest of the 6 in their magnificence. The the rocket launcher, the plunkets, and the Crybaby. That's the other one, the assault rifle. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm Procedure Mad Luigi, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.